In this video, we're going to talk about the Giants wide receiver Jamison Crowder and what kind of role he's going to have for the 23 season. And this video starts right now. Now, before we get into this video, I would hope that you would subscribe to the Football Hut and like this video. And let me know what you think about it in the comments section. So, the Giants have worked very hard this offseason to bring in deep threats for quarterback Daniel Jones. They brought in Darren Waller, who's a tight end. They drafted and signed to a rookie contract in the draft Jalen Hyatt, who's a very decorated college wide receiver from Tennessee. And the Giants are trying to diversify their offense because they were running game primarily in 2022, and they're trying to get better. And we had Jamison Crowder. And what kind of role is he going to have for the Giants offense? He had a tough ankle injury last season. Can he still be an asset for the Giants? New York Giants signed veteran wide receiver Jamison Crowder on March 23rd to a one-year, $1.317 million deal. Crowder established himself as a reliable slot threat in his first 7 seasons with great hands and shifty quickness. Coming away from 65-plus receptions and over 750 yards in the 3 different seasons, Crowder's best campaign took place with the New York Jets in 2019, where he caught 78 receptions for 833 yards and 6 touchdowns. Last season, he was a member of the Buffalo Bills. But in his sole season with the team, he suffered a bad ankle injury over week 4 and would later be placed on the injured reserve. Well, that's not good. Crowder did not return for the remainder of the season and come free agency. The Giants decided to give him a fresh new opportunity, seeing how productive and efficient he was leading up to last season's setback. Though he had a peak season in 2019, the 29-year-old veteran still has plenty to prove and contains a refined skill set that the Giants could benefit from in 2023. Like I said, they need long threats. So they established themselves to a certain degree as an offense with the running game with Saquon Barkley returning from injury and Daniel Jones taking a major step forward with the new offensive coach and the new head coach in Brian Dable. So they brought in a lot of different young receivers and some veteran guys to help out. Over the last 3 seasons, the Giants wide receiver unit has taken a toll of some tough injuries, and the 22 campaign was no exception. After Colin Johnson with a torn Achilles, Sterling Shepard, a torn ACL, and Wan'Dale Robinson, torn ACL, all went down with season-ending injuries, the Giants' offense struggled with stringing together strong drives consistently. Not having a reliable set of wideouts came to haunt the Giants repeatedly last season. I mean, we saw that. Because if you know the Giants are going to run defensively, you just have to just get all the defensive players on the line of scrimmage and not have to worry about any deep threats. Just do zone deep and then just play all your guys, all your defenders in the front. With Robinson Shepard aiming to deliver productive comeback seasons, the room for another slot option like Crowder is small. Because of such, the best case scenario for Crowder is turning into the Giants' new off-the-bench versatility weapon they can deploy when starters need breaks or for creative plays out of the backfield and slot. Should he stay healthy and playing over 12 games, he could fill in the role that Richie James held last season, outside of the special teams duties. Now, Richie James is a little shaky. Special teams with the Giants, they could use some help with special teams. And as a worst-case scenario for Crowder, due to the Giants having so many injury issues within their wide receiver core, they went above and beyond by bringing in new talent to ensure that lack of depth wouldn't haunt them again this year. I would mention there's Isaiah Hodgins. They signed him with like a third of the season left, and he got a lot of catches and a lot of receiving yards. But it's tough to bring in a guy late in the season, and Joe Shane and Brian Dable knew him from when they were with the Bills, so he was with the Bills for a few years. But normally that doesn't happen when you bring in a guy late in the season and he does well. So not only do the Giants have 4 capable wideouts who can play on the outside, but they also have 2 slot guys in Robinson and Shepard that could be prioritized over Crowder due to their chemistry with QB Daniel Jones. The first of two worst case scenarios for Crowder is Giants wide receiver unit manages to stay pretty healthy throughout the year, and he falls down the priority list due to the competition. Or two, he sustained yet another injury setback that limits his ability to have a bounce-back season. Crowder will not only have to do his very best to distinguish himself from the rest, which remains a big uphill climb, but he will also have to stay healthy to do so. Now, what should we expect from this? Heading into the 23 season, Giants fans can expect Crowder to be a valuable backup asset that can come off the bench in key situations and fill in for those that need a breather or get injured. His veteran experience and savviness out of the slot are valuable to have among a group of wide receivers that only has two others who are the same age or older. So it's a young group, to be honest with you. Though Crowder could get cut in August, it's hard to envision the Giants opting to do so, seeing how solid he has been for the three teams he's played for. Don't expect him to show up as he did in 2019, but seeing how consistent he has been when healthy, Crowder has all the tools and experience to play an influential role for this Giants offense. Now I'm going to read you from the NFL.com. This is a scouting report for Jamison Crowder going into the 2015 draft when he was drafted by the Redskins. I'm going to go through his strengths and his weaknesses, and I would assume that these still are, for the most part, relevant. First up, his strengths. Great instant acceleration. Burst out of cuts and gain separation when working underneath. Good route runner who consistently gets on top of defenders quicker than they expect. Will sink hips and snap his route off abruptly. Has experience as both outside and slot wide receiver. Will give effort as a blocker. Has return experience in special teams. His weaknesses. Lacks desired NFL size. So he's a little short for an NFL receiver. Below average length and hands and offers a small target radius for quarterbacks. Non-authoritative runner after the catch. Can be redirected in his routes by physical cornerbacks. He has a high number of targets came from bubble screens and quick hitters. Has focused drops. So that's not good. But hopefully that has changed since he's been a professional for the last 8 years. Now, let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Football Hut. Thank you for watching. Leave comments in the comment section, and I'll see you later.